According to TMZ, Diddy files motion to dismiss some statues didn't exist in 91. According to new docs obtained by TMZ, Diddy's lawyers are firing back at claims made by Joy Dickerson Neal, a woman who filed a suit against him in November claiming he, her back in 1991. So pretty much the latest is Diddy wants to dismiss some of the claims in one of his sexual cases, claiming he can't be sued under laws that didn't even exist at the time of the alleged incident. Wow. Because that makes it okay, right, Diddy? Joy filed 6 causes of action against Diddy, and now his team is claiming she can't sue him for several of those claims because the laws didn't exist when she says he had harmed her. For example, Dickerson Neal's suing Diddy under the New York Services of Victims for Human Law, which Diddy's lawyers note wasn't in effect until 2007, about 16 years after the incident took place. And that's not just it. One more issue Diddy's lawyers are raising. They say Joy can't sue Bad Boy Records or Bad Boy Entertainment like she's trying, because those two didn't exist yet either. Worth noting, the lawyers aren't making the same arguments against the 2 counts common law claims for ASSAULT and battery and intentional infliction of emotional distress that don't rely on specific statutes, because the arguments about the timing of certain statutes being passed don't apply to those claims, which are at heart of her case. Another article by hiphopdx.com, Diddy argues some charges in the lawsuit that they believe should be dismissed for this reason.
What is that?
Diddy's lawyers have filed a motion petitioning the courts to partially dismiss the sexual harm lawsuit brought by Joy Dickerson Neal. The motion, which was filed on Friday, April 26th, claims that the embattled Bad Boy mogul cannot be sued for breaking laws that didn't exist at the time, according to the Associated Press.
Bruh.
More specifically, the motion states that at the time of the alleged attack on Dickerson Neal in 1991, some statues that she cites in her suit, including those around revenge, PORN, and human, weren't yet on the books. A judge has not yet ruled on this matter. Joy Dickerson Neal claims that the rapper and producer gave her, without her permission, unprescribed medications and harmed her in the early 90s while also filming the act, which we now know today, just like R. Kelly and just like Jeffrey EpiPen, they loved to have things on film and keep it on that back burner. He denied all these allegations, saying, through his spokesperson, this last-minute lawsuit is an example of how a well-intentioned law, New York State's Adult Survivors Act, can be turned on its head. Miss Dickerson, 32 years old, story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never assaulted her, and she implicates companies that did not exist. This is purely a money grab and nothing more. Well, they're probably going after his companies and anything that he owns, because he tries to, like we saw with other cases before, he tries to keep his money in certain locations and moves them around. And look at his name. He changes his name all the time. He tries to get away with shit. So, in February, a producer named Rod Jones accused the New York City native, real name Sean Combs, of sexual harassment, as well as DRUGGING, and threatening him over the course of a year. Also, by the way, if you're new here and you're wondering why I'm spelling things out or changing the words a little bit, it's because YouTube wants that either censored or they will, kind of put me on the back burner for saying certain things. We'll leave it as that. So in February, we said that already. Additionally, the lawsuit claimed that ex-Motown Records Chief Executive Officer Ethiopia Habermiam was among those involved in a DRUG and SEX ring for the mogul's alleged RICO enterprise. More specifically, she was accused of being aware that the alcoholic beverages served at his parties were laced with illegal substances. In my opinion and my speculation, I don't know if she was part of the ring factor of things, but I do believe she was well aware. She was around him and worked with him. Come on. I mean, let's be real. Jones and his lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, have since dropped her from the case. And the 44-year-old has now set the record straight about her involvement in the controversy via statement. I am informed and believe that Mr. Blackburn has falsely represented to various social media sites and other media outlets that I agree to testify against Mr. Combs, she shared. This is completely untrue. I have no personal knowledge of any alleged wrongdoing by Mr. Combs, and there is nothing I could testify to that would be against his interest. Being falsely accused of criminal conduct is deeply upsetting to me. I did no wrong. I never saw or participated in an alleged racketeering enterprise, and I never saw, aided, or abetted, or tried to conceal any SEX activity. In short, there is no basis for any of these claims asserted against me, and I should never have been named a defendant in this lawsuit. She concluded, my counsel provided a revised declaration that addressed the topics that Mr. Blackburn addressed and corrected his false narrative. I am aware that Mr. Blackburn found my truthful version to be unsatisfactory to him, and he presented yet another version that again presented a false narrative. The saga continues.